All right, we're going to look at the 1.7 ready, set, go. We're going to start by looking at the ready. The ready says find the missing values for each arithmetic or geometric sequence. So arithmetic would be adding and geometric would be multiplying. Underline whether it has a constant difference or a constant ratio. So constant difference, that's arithmetic, and constant ratio is geometric. State the value of the constant difference or ratio. Indicate if the sequence is arithmetic or geometric by circling the correct answer. So we're going to start off by looking at number 3. 2, 5, 8, blank, 14, blank. So 2, if it was plus 3, would be arithmetic. 5 plus 3 is 8, so that checks out. Plus 3 is 11, plus 3 is 14, plus 3 is 17. So this has a common difference because it's arithmetic. And that common difference is plus 3, and we just said it's arithmetic. Okay, so that is how you do the ready. The set is a little more difficult. It says determine, so the set, determine whether the given information represents an arithmetic or geometric sequence, then write the recursive and explicit equation for each. So we're going to start with 6. 2, 4, 8, 16. So right off the bat, I'm seeing if I try plus 2 and I try plus 2 again, 4 plus 2 is 6. So I know it's not plus 2. So it's not arithmetic. 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, times 2 is 16. So this is a geometric sequence. The recursive equation, I'm going to start with my start value. The first term was 2. Then f of n equals f of n minus 1, and my action was times 2. My explicit equation would be f of n equals my start value 2 times my action 2, and the number of times, because I started with term 1, it's going to be the power of n minus 1. We're subtracting 1 because we started with term 1. All right, we're going to do a couple problems because they look a little different. So in this problem, it goes 5, 8, 12.8, 20.48. One of the things that can be difficult, we know it's not arithmetic because we're not going to go from a whole number to a decimal. But if you work backwards and do 20.48 divided by 12.8, you're going to get 1.6. And if you do 12.8 divided by 8, you're going to get 1.6. So if you divide going this way, you're going to figure out what you're multiplying by this way. So in this case, our common ratio, this is a geometric sequence, and our common ratio is 1.6. And my start value is 5. So my equation for recursive is going to be f of 1. I'm going to do this. Okay, f of 1 equals 5. And then my action, my recursive equation, f of n equals f of n minus 1. My action is times 0.6. Or 1.6, sorry. Now in the explicit equation, I am left with f of n equals my start value of 5 then my action times 1.6, and then n number of times, because we started with term 1, so we started with term 1, we need to minus 1 to get our explicit equation. And then let's look at 12. Cami invested $6,000 into an account that earns 10% interest each year. So it says, hint, make a table of values to help yourself. So if we make a quick table, we have our n and f of n. So at time 0, $6,000 in the account. It makes each year. So at 1 year, we have to think to ourselves, should this money be growing or shrinking? It should be growing. You're getting more money. You have the same amount of money and plus an extra 10%. So 6,000 times 1.1 will give you 6,600. 2, going to multiply by 1.1 from the previous term, get 7,260. So this is geometric. Anytime you're dealing with a percent, it's going to be geometric. So you're multiplying by 1.1. If it was decreasing, it would be less than 100%. So we start with 100% and we added 10% to get our action. So our recursive equation is going to be f of 1, f of 0 equals 6,000. Okay. And now we have our starting point, our recursive equation, and I'm going to need a little more room, so I'm just going to make this smaller over here. Our recursive equation, f of n equals f of n minus 1, and our action is to multiply by 1.1. So you're multiplying by 1.1. Our explicit equation is f of n equals our start value of 6,000, and you're multiplying it by 1.1, and you're multiplying it by n times. The reason it's n times is because we started with term 0, so we don't have to change our n value. When we get to the go, it's asking us to plot the points. So remember x and y. X tells you how far to the right or left. Y tells you how far up or down. Up is positive, down is negative. Left is negative, right is positive. So this is saying move to the right 2, and then up, or then down 1. So to the right 2, down 1. Okay, and the next one is saying 4, 2, to the right 4, up 2. So this is point A and point B. And it says draw the line segment between them, and then sketch on the graph the slope. So you could say this would be up 3, the rise, and the run would be 2. The rise over the run. And if you went the other way, it would be a negative 3 over a negative 2, which still reduces to a positive 3 over 2. Now it's asking us to actually find the slope. They don't give it to us. So negative 3, 0, to the left 3, and then we don't go up or down. And 0, 5. We don't go left or right, but we go up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we're going to connect them. And we're going to go ahead and find our slope. So the rise is up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the run is over 1, 2, 3. So the slope is 5 over 3. Rise over run. And that is the RSG for 1.7.